Welcome to our podcast, where we extend what we do best here at Northern Prep Squad to you at home, giving you an honest insight into the industry from those who are living in it. Taking you through the highs and lows of being a performer, debunking some myths as well as advice and lots of inside scoop along the way. Hosted by me, Jordan, founder of Northern Prep Squad, actor, teacher and head agent at Management by Northern Prep. Joined by industry professionals and of course, some of our squad. So sit back, relax, and welcome to the Northern Prep Pod. Hello, and today on our little podcast, we've got Emilia and Izzy. Hi, girls.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm not bad, thank you. So these girls come to our associates program. You started in MT actually. Ages ago.
Yeah.
And you're like our OGs. You, though, weren't, because I basically met you through Noodle Performance Arts, and I came to a day where we did like a management day, didn't we? And you guys auditioned. How old were you?
I was either 9 or 10.
You reckon that young?
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. And how old were you?
Like 12. Like 12.
12, yeah.
13, maybe.
But Izzy's always looked quite old for your age, haven't you, Iz?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've always looked quite old. And when we went to audition, I was like, oh, I don't know if I can get you. You'd be better off when you're a bit older.
You didn't want me.
It's not that I didn't want you, Iz. But
Yeah,
you've always looked older, and you looked older than you were.
Yeah.
And I was like, actually, in terms of like film and television, that's not going to play well for you. So I remember saying to her, well, get her when she leaves school, which she did.
Yeah.
But Emilia, you've always looked a bit younger than you are. Don't be sad about it. It's got you jobs, babe.
I know.
It's got you jobs. So, yeah, we took Emilia on, and quite early doors, you had a self-tape for, what did they end up calling it?
Phoenix Rise.
But it was Phoenix Park at first, wasn't it? And you did like what? Self-tapes?
Like, I think 2 self-tapes.
Mm-hmm.
No, or 1, then a Zoom.
Yeah.
Then in person, then chemistry read.
Yeah. And then you got down to last like 2, right?
That's like 2, yeah.
But you were going to be playing the sibling of like one of the main characters. So it was dependent on who got the role that. But so you didn't get that. I remember I cried when you didn't get that.
It was my first audition as well. And I got down to the
It was literally,
chemistry.
it was, because weren't you going to be on holiday? You were on holiday or something, and then didn't you cancel your holiday?
We came home early from France when we went skiing to come to this audition in Coventry.
Yeah, because you had to go to like a 2-day audition.
Yeah.
I remember it was all a big thing, and then you didn't get it, and I just felt so gutted because it was such a long process, and I remember you were one of our like first. This is when I was still quite early on in my like agent life, so I remember being really upset about it. But then auditions started picking up. You got a random commercial.
Let's not.
She got a commercial and didn't actually end up in any of the commercial. But you still got the dollar, so it's fine.
I know.
Dollar and the credit, that's all we're there for,
I was
right?
just sat on set all day doing nothing.
And it was freezing.
It was freezing.
I remember Emilia and Izzy's dad messaging me, being like, can we leave? Can we go home? And I was like, I remember being like, do not leave. You're under contract.
Can we go home? Can we go home?
Can we just leave? I was like, no, don't leave.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember we had to do loads of red tape for that because you were supposedly riding a bike. But anyway, we'll go from that. And then lots of auditions. Always doing auditions, which I'm now actually going to ask because Izzy, you're the one helping Emilia with these auditions, eh?
Yeah.
You're the reader.
The magic.
You're the magic behind the camera. How is it reading in for all these auditions for Emilia?
I think Emilia is very lucky because, like, at least it's not at least
100%.
it's not like a parent that can't do it at all.
Yeah,
I think she can be more realistic with it because we can hit back and forth and play off each other, and then always like if it's an accent as well, I can also possibly do that accent. So again, it's more real.
Yeah,
feels more natural for her then.
100%. I've had to do. Bless my mum, Lisa. We all love you, but she ain't no actor. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes, like, when you have got, like, because let's be honest, you do, Emilia, you're a lovely actor, so you do it, and I do push you for the, like, harder, grittier scripts, which are the ones that you prefer, what you want. And there's nothing worse than not getting anything back as an actor when you're trying to do the self-tape. So she's right. You're a lucky gal. You're a lucky gal. Is it annoying?
Yeah.
Why?
It's stressful, but I think my mum also contributes to the stressfulness. She's the type, she's like, yeah, in this like one line, you just did this bit like a little bit off. It didn't look natural enough. Because to be fair, I think my mum could do a good job reading as well, because she's really good at acting.
Yeah, she's
but
actually not bad.
but then she's such a perfectionist.
Watch it and read it.
Yeah.
Got you.
So it's like, mum will research all about it,
Mm-hmm.
and then she'll talk to Em about it, and then
We'll practice.
me and Em practice. But
I think as well, with regards to prepping for tapes, I mean, I'm always on about like, I'm a big prepper and like, I know we do a lot of that in associates and talk about backstory and context and all that shenanigans. But like, I think what the issue is with a lot of people, and I don't know whether you did this at any point, was you try and tape too quickly
yeah.
rather than like prep, practice, work out what's good, then you tape. Because then otherwise you end up with like 50 takes that then you've got to then watch back. They all start looking the same. And then, God forbid, someone sends me 10. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I ain't got time to watch 10. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know how you feel about prepping tapes.
Now,
Yeah?
I practice. Thank you.
What I mean, you've had enough, haven't you? So
Yeah.
what's your...
So I get
What do you
the
do now?
script through, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mum always does research on it to try and find as much as she can.
Yeah.
And then I do not practice it with you. I don't know why you just said that, because you don't ever want to practice with me.
It. Practice it on the day.
I practice it with my mum. And then we go up into our self-tape room.
Well, you've had to dedicate yourself a little self-tape room because you were getting so many at one point.
And then we run it through in there with the lighting and the tripod.
Run it in situ.
And then on the very last minute, Isabel comes up to read the lines. So I don't know what she's on about.
dropping you right in it there, isn't she?
But we have to practice because you fail like all the time.
No, no.
The first 10 takes are just practices though, aren't
No,
they?
she's mardy when we're filming self-tape. She wants it to be done in one take.
Amelia, can I just say, she's doing you a massive favour here.
Yeah, but she could be nice about it.
That maybe that's something you need to do then. Do it without the camera on, because then the pressure's not there. Just work out what you're going to do before and then press record. Just a quick one to say that our associate auditions for musical theatre and acting are available to book now. You can audition with us in person in Sheffield on the 1st of June 2025, or you can submit a self-tape. More details can be found on our website. We hope to see you there. So let's talk about your actual jobs that you have booked. Okay. So is it? It's just reunion, isn't it? Just reunion. That was one self-tape? One self-tape, booked the job.
Booked the job.
Bish, bash, bosh. I remember you broke the news to her, didn't you, Izzy? And you sent me a video. And she was, you broke the news to her and you sent me the video. It was so funny.
Yeah.
You were like, what? Which one?
I didn't, but I feel like it was Mum's fault because she was sat on the sofa. What were you like drinking something?
Drinking apple juice.
Yeah, she was drinking apple juice, and my mum was like, "Do it now, really now."
Ambush her now.
So Em was just so confused. She was like, "Get that camera away from me."
What? Did you think it was a prank?
And then my mum didn't realise as well.
Can I have this? Thank you. So I was sat on the sofa here, and my dad and my sister and my mum was all stood there, and Isabel just had a camera in her hand. But I didn't know she was filming, to be fair. It didn't clock on, and then Isabel was like, Amelia, we need to talk to you. I was,
Is that your reaction of me?
that's what you said it like, because she was like laughing and giggling. And oh my gosh, my heart started racing because I thought I was going to get the hold off.
Amelia, I need to talk to you about something. What? Can you remember the videotape where you did the flashbacks? You got the part.
You got what?
You got the part.
But then you got the job.
Yeah.
And then you had to, so you were playing the younger version of somebody in that, weren't
Yeah.
you? So they really liked you, and then you had to dye your hair. Well, they dyed it for you.
They dyed my hair for me.
They dyed it dark for you. So I know we had a little bit of stress before because that show is predominantly deaf writer, deaf crew, and deaf actors. So your character wasn't deaf. And so in the script it said you had to sign.
Yeah.
And then we were getting closer and closer to the date and we were like, are they going to teach us how to sign? What are we going to do? And we ended up getting you a few. Did you go to Pollyanna's mum?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you had a little session with Pollyanna's mum just to kind of make you feel not as nervous on set. But then they taught you on set anyway, right?
Yeah, like 10 minutes before we shot.
Stressful.
Yeah.
But it was great. And we've seen
Yeah.
it now. It's out in the world. And what was it like watching yourself on telly?
Weird. Because, it was just weird.
And also, it doesn't look like you now, does it? Because
No.
it was, how long ago? Last year you filmed it?
Last May.
Last May, which is actually quite a long time ago.
No, but to be fair, I don't look that different. It's just because I was like pale and I had brown hair. And
It's because you're not dressed
it
as
was
you.
awful.
It's because you're not dressed as you, which is weird. It's weird to watch sometimes. So you did that, and then you were in the trailer for Reunion when I called you about Adolescence.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember where I was, and they got the call, and because they've been a bit back and forth because I don't think they realised how old you were
Right.
because you had to be 13, and they were
I
like,
didn't know that.
yeah, I think because of the context of the show, they wanted everyone to be a bit older, and because like we were still putting you forward for things that were like 11, 12, weren't we?
Mm-hmm.
So they were double checking, and then they told you got the role, Katie. So that audition process then, I mean, behind the scenes, you didn't actually get called in for
No.
Jade at all. It was someone came to me with a self-tape for the role of Jade. I obviously helped them with the self-tape and was just thinking, why on earth has Emilia not been seen for this? This is like describing Emilia's acting style like perfectly. And so I got on the phone with Shaheen's office and was like, can you see this girl? I'm sending you through her show reel right now. And luckily we'd done a show reel that was kind of a similar like context. Well, it was you talking to like a social worker, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it was the same accent, the same kind of driven narrative. So I sent them that and they were like, great, get her to tape for Jade. So you taped for Jade, which was a long script. Did you
Right.
help
It was
with
like
that?
nearly 4 minutes.
Yeah, it was a long. It was that whole episode with the conversation with the detectives, wasn't it?
From start to finish.
From
yeah.
start to finish. So yeah, long tape, which you can understand why they wanted all
Yeah,
that tape
obviously.
in one take now, obviously with the filming and cinematography of it. But then they just called and gave you Katie.
Didn't they like send some emails like how tall is she?
Oh yeah, they were really asking about you,
Yeah.
which we were like, I wonder what it's for.
I swear you even said.
They might just give you another role.
No, what if it's for Katie?
What if it's for Katie? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they called you and got it, and I gave you the news, and you were in the trailer on your other job.
Yeah.
Which is great. So that comes around, and what was it like filming? Because the world's seen Adolescence now, which is amazing. It's been incredible,
Crazy.
like ridiculous. Rightly so, though.
Yeah.
The way it's shot, the theme of it all is just so important. So I can understand why. But what you obviously weren't involved in the shooting of it as such. You had to do the pre-shoot. So what was that like doing all the CCTV?
Pretty simple, actually.
You
Except
were
the
there
fact-
ages though,
Except
right?
the fact it was filmed at 2 a.m.
They had to make sure it was dark.
Yeah, but 2 a.m.
Yeah, but you get paid
And
more
it
when
was
it's overnight time, Amelia. So
I know.
yeah,
'Cause
they
it's
made you
2
put
days,
thermals
isn't it?
on, eh?
Yeah. No, we didn't actually put them
did
on
you
until
not?
halfway through the shoot.
Ugh.
So we'd already filmed half of like the walking scenes, which weren't even put in it. We filmed half to the walking scenes, and then
All that work
had to
for
get
nothing.
changed.
And then you had to get changed. And this is what this photo is, isn't it? This is the night shoot.
That's the car park where I get stabbed.
No spoilers. You get told within the next first 5 seconds
Yeah.
anyway. So, yes, this is where she got stabbed. And so did they... You didn't practice prior to that, did you? They just
No.
showed you what to do on the day.
And it was not even like that rehearsed. It was basically just improvised. Because we had to argue as well. So I
Yeah.
had to fake argue, even though there was no sound.
Well, you do so much arguing with your sister
Oh, yeah.
and so much improv with us. You should be banging at that, Amelia.
Yes.
And so you did that, and then they got in touch with you. Well, no, they got in touch with me with regards to asking you if you sung. didn't they? And we had to send a few videos of you singing.
They asked me before that.
Oh, they asked you on set?
They asked me when I went for my costume shoot.
Oh, right.
Fitting.
Nice. And then you ended up doing the backing track stuff, which has got a lot of attention, rightly so. How was that?
That was really good. It was 2 days, I'm pretty sure, wasn't it?
Yeah.
With the choir from the school.
The school.
And then after the choir left, that's when we did all the solo parts.
Yeah.
But it was really good.
And I love how they've incorporated that.
Yeah, that's really smart.
Really smart, really cool. And I love how when people find out, they're like, no way.
Yeah, but have you seen how everyone thinks episode 4 is me?
Do you want to clarify for everybody?
I can clarify that it isn't me. It's a famous singer.
Well, there we go. But you're on the end of episode 2.
Episode 2 and the intros and the
intros and stuff.
background.
So Emilia invited me to the screening of the first episode, and I was sat next to your mum. And she, and like halfway, like the start comes on and all the humming, and she was like, "That's Emilia, that's Emilia," and I was like, "What?" And I think your picture came up. I was like, "Yeah, I know what she looks like," but your mum was like, "No, the humming," and I was like, "Oh right, okay." It was so good. I love your mum. But yeah, so that's been crazy and has obviously blown up everywhere. But I guess now it's really weird, isn't it? Because it's back to auditioning.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's mad. It's mad how I know I was listening to a podcast with someone from Dear Evan Hansen in the West End. They won an Olivier for Dear Evan Hansen, and then everyone expects like, what are you doing next? What are you doing next?
Yeah.
And actually, the life of an actor is
That is what everyone's
we
saying
go
to
back.
me
We
as
go
well.
back, don't we?
Have you got any more jobs from me? Have you got any more jobs
So
from
we're
me?
always going back to the start. And yes, these things do work in our favour, like the amount of times I sub you and like recently seen on candidates, see this, blah, blah, blah. That actually doesn't guarantee you a job. You've still got to go back and auditioning. And like we've been talking to all these girls, little ones that are in the same boat. Like that's just an actor, isn't it? It's a brutal world. Yeah. So back to the grind, aren't we?
Back to the norm.
Back to the norm. Ooh. But there'll be another job. And now Izzy's on management now. Now she's older. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Now we're having that. Go on, pass her the mic. And now we're having that minute where it's like, yes, you're out of licensing. For those that don't know, you have to be licensed as a child under the age of 16. If you're still in year 11, you have to be licensed. So we get to that awkward part now, which I guess is kind of where you're now going to be heading into, isn't it?
You're like where I was.
Where you were, where it's like, actually, if someone that's doesn't have to be licensed and is 16 and still looks 14, then guess what? They cost the production company less to get in. So it's one of them things. But now you're out licensing. So many things I'm like, yeah, I'm going to sub Izzy for that. And they're like, must be 18.
Must be
and I'm just
18.
like,
Oh.
no.
So annoying.
So annoying. But you have had a fair few auditions.
Yeah.
And you kind of like, you two go into the same genre. You like doing the same like
100%.
gritty northern stuff. But then you've both got banging American accents. And I guess that's another thing to contemplate, isn't it? When you're coming into this industry, it's like, actually, the amount of jobs, it's not, you could have the credits, you can have all the jobs, but actually it's if you fit the role.
Yeah.
And having those accents that you guys can do is imperative. Because, I mean, actually, if we look back at all the auditions that you've done, a lot of them have been American. But you wouldn't have had that if you didn't have that skill set. So I think coming forward, if you're wanting to be an actor, having those little extra things, like you would have never got that Lloyd's commercial if you weren't so sporty. I mean, I made you all do I think it was a Disney cruise or something audition, and I made your whole family do it.
Oh my God, yeah. The whole family.
But they're so sporty.
And mum like overthought it so much though.
But you're so sporty as a family. Like that's something else that every time that I hear or see like skiing or anything like any sort of sports, I think, oh, they can be put up for it. So it is like, not only are we widening your repertoire with your show reels and your credits, it's actually the reason you guys get so many self-tapes is because of your skill set, and you're forever. I mean, what did I try and tell you guys to do? What did I say that you should take up?
Horse riding.
Horse riding. But I think like that is something that would be on you guys would be in period dramas.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like the horse riding would lend itself to it. So
Have you started yet?
no. Should we go together?
I think we should.
I'm scared.
No, my dad knows people that can just.
My mum used
Should we
Teach
do
me how to
should
do
we
it.
should we do it?
I think we should.
Okay.
If it'll help me, yeah.
Okay. Because
Let's
I
do
need it
it.
on mine as well. But yeah, amazing. Thank you guys for so much for coming on and doing this. And I
welcome.
mean, I've kind of like forced you to. I was like, you are doing it, girls.
Yeah.
But no, it's been really helpful. And I guess we'll just see what happens next. See
Yeah.
what's coming for you both. Hey!
Maybe by the time this comes out, I'll have another job.
Yeah! Maybe we'll get Izzy a job.
Yeah.
Guys, maybe even me. Well, thanks so much, girls. And I guess we'll see when it comes out. Keep
Thank you.
training. That's another thing just before we go. That's you guys never stop. Like you're always at associates and we're still trying to push you and get it out of you what we need to. So kudos to you guys.
I
Thank
don't
you
know
for
what
coming
that
on.
means. Goodbye.
Bye.
What you gonna do?
Thanks so much for joining us today. And if you're interested in joining the squad, either as an associate, a management client, or just joining one of our summer opportunities, head to our website, www.northernprepsquad.co.uk, or check us out on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. All the links can be found in our show notes. Thanks for listening.